Okay. So this is what I was doing before this. You know you have to figure out, it's like a common phrase, but it shows you in pictures, or they mess with the words, like I slash or they do stand slash I, and it's I understand. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like an eye chart. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, it's a puzzle. You got to figure it out. So
Like
the
a
one I
riddle.
couldn't get, yeah, this guy gets it.
A
The
conundrum.
one I couldn't get was
Enigma.
capital G, capital I, and then the line like you're doing division, and then 6 C's that made a triangle.
Capital G,
Capital
I together. So
Yep, correct.
so either
G-I.
G or J or GI.
Well, it's G period I period, which
You didn't say you got. If you're gonna fucking give me a hint, troll master guarding the bridge, you gotta fucking give me the proper hints. Hints.
I'm gonna dole them out.
Your name's Hints. You don't even know how to give out hints.
Ah,
You fuck. So G period I.
period.
I
Yeah.
divide.
Then line, and
Line.
then 6 C's, making a triangle. So
G I
yeah.
line thick cunts. Do I
My
win?
best-
Do I win?
My best guess is it.
But you don't know the answer. What are we doing?
No, this is because I need the help. This is driving me nuts.
Oh my fuck! I thought you were doing a thing. We don't know the answer,
No.
Brandon. What is this? You're
No,
good
we don't know
at
the
dumb shit, Brandon.
Oh,
use your
man.
cards. GI line. Is it the division line or is it just a line?
It's just a line, but it could be a division line. That's the puzzle. My best guess is it's soldier overseas,
Oh yeah, there you go.
but I don't. But it could be something above sea.
Wait, why
level.
do I care about this?
Well, he
'Cause-
was because you're the one who said it might be gold.
Yeah,
It's your
that's on you,
fault.
buddy.
It's all your fault.
Fuck you. Listen, last week we start this. I have to run the whole fucking show. I'm having the worst fucking day of my life. I don't want to deal with this at all. I'm running home an hour late. My fucking Zoom app won't work. Dave's giving me shit. He doesn't know how to turn a computer on. It's fucking Brandon's being kind because he's high, and I got to deal with this shit. You're a fat kid doing it in your background because I was on a podcast. My life's going so well that I was on a fucking podcast where I was the judge of 2 fat people eating the most McDonald's July 5th, and I had to do play-by-play, okay? That's why that fat kid's there. I did play-by-play as 2 people ate a Big Mac, 2 McChickens, 2 McDoubles, 20-piece nuggets, 2 apple pies, and 2 things of French fries in 45 minutes. And one of them puked heavily. So that's why that background's there. I'm running home, literally running home from work to make it in time. Dying, choking though.
When
Yeah,
20
the phone
pieces.
call I have to deal with. Get home late. My app won't fucking work. You're fucking bitching. And I'm like, you guys got to carry this. And Dave goes, what's this mean? I'm like, I don't know. Is it gold? That's all I meant. Like, why do I have to fucking answer all your questions? I don't know anything. Ask any comic in Connecticut. I heard a comic in Connecticut talked about me on his podcast again today. I get text. Someone's talking shit about you again, saying that you stole their idea for writing a book. Like, they're the first person to ever write a fucking book.
You stole her.
To write a book.
Oh, man, yeah. How dare you, Pat, write a
People
book?
only buy it because I'm white. What does that even mean?
What?
That's not how the world works right now. I'm a white person that people hate. I'm white and my shirt says I donut cops. And you want a riddle? What does a shirt mean? Brandon gave this to me once. I don't know what it means. I like them? Does it mean I don't like them? I like cops and I like donuts. I don't know what this means. Brandon gave me this. Brandon, it was your shirt.
I think it means you love him.
I thought that too, but also I do not.
Maybe you
cops.
donate. You donate
Do not.
cops?
Yeah, where's your riddle there, overseas bitch? What's that?
Hey, do you remember when McNuggets, the 20-piece, was first introduced?
No,
Yeah.
Dave. I don't
Back in
remember
the
first
back in the day?
Yeah, it was a glorious day.
Yeah.
Wasn't that back in the day? What the fuck's back in the day? I was
There was
definitely I had children, I think.
There was a local McDonald's that was doing a 2-for-1 sale, and me and all my brothers went down, and I think we confused the poor girl behind the counter because we ordered 2, trying to get 4 because the 2-for-1 deal, and she gave us 6. So that's
Wait,
that's
how does that
120
work?
nuggets. Oh my god, it was great.
So two, you said
It was a,
two, you wanted
it was a
4, but you had
2-for-1 deal.
6?
It was a 2-for-1 deal. So
Right.
we
So you wanted
ordered
2. No, just,
we
she's
wanted 2.
retarded.
We said
She's retarded.
yeah,
There's no
yeah,
way you get
yeah,
6 out of that.
yeah,
She,
exactly.
loser.
We're like, oh, we
Retarded.
want 2 nuggets. We like 2 20-piece nuggets. She
Right.
just got flustered and just kept hitting the button.
But that would never be
It was like
60.
It was like the slot machine. Ding, 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 ding.
But with nuggets.
Yeah, it's good times.
How much sauce did you get with that?
You know what? Not like she gave us 4 things. What bullshit is that?
That's some bullshit. Did you feel
Yeah,
like
right?
those kids look in the background of Pat's fucking background when you were done?
Oh my
Look
god,
at
it was
that
so
fucker's
painful.
arm. Look at his
That dude-
arm. That's like the
It's-
Michelin Man, but that's a boy.
Yeah, I was thinking Stay Puff.
It's funny because like in the future they're gonna look back at all the people who died because they're gonna be like, wow, it's so craziest genocide. They didn't starve to death; they ate themselves to death, like Pizza the Hut. They just kept eating McDonald's till they died when they were 11.
Who's gonna look? We'll be dead, Brandon. Who's looking at this?
Oh, there's gonna be people that live
We're
and they're
all
just gonna
dead.
be
Who's
laughing.
looking?
Oh, they're fine. They're laughing. You know, I don't know.
But who are these people?
Who are these people?
Who
Who
are
are
these
these
people?
people? People that have
They're watching us eat nuggets. and they're
What's
not
the
nuggets.
deal
The
with all
nuggets
these
gold.
nuggets?
A nugget's gold. Do you mind gold? I don't mind gold. I mind gold. I don't mind it. I mind it.
all
They
the
just
ones
keep
that,
eating the chicken, but only when it's nuggets.
Why is it called the butt nugget? I want anything but nuggets. I want other food. I want a whole chicken. Nugget, please. Why is
I think we
nugget
can all agree.
why is nugget an okay N-word, but the N-word isn't an okay N-word? Yeah, people love nuggets, but they hate the N-word. What's the deal with nuggets? Nugget, please.
I'm pretty sure it's the hard T that we have to deal with. Nuggets.
Marty, har, I'm a pirate laughing. Look at me, nuggets. I just did his whole career.
We can all
It's
agree
hard
that
to be
honey mustard is
Seinfeld.
the
You have to
best.
do it first. What's the deal with deals?
Honey mustard is the best dipping sauce. We can all agree on.
Oh,
Can we
go
just get
fuck
that out of the way?
yourself. Honey mustard? That's the
What do you
gay
got?
condiment. I can't handle mustard. I have to identify as something sweet but yet sassy. Fuck off.
Yeah, it's all the
remember-
tang of mustard plus the sweetness.
Who the fuck likes
Honey.
tang?
Mm,
Tang
who
in your
doesn't like
mustard?
tang?
Space
Fuck
juice?
yeah, man.
You
That
ever go
shit
to a
can go to the
place-
moon.
You ever go to a
What?
place and
Ask
they have
Brandon.
like
No one's been to the moon. Can't
Yeah,
get
no
a
one's-
car on
no
the
one's been
moon.
to the
Brandon
moon.
ruined my life with that.
no, it's fine. You ever
No,
go
it's
to a
not
place
fine,
that
Brandon.
was like
I thought people, I believed in America. I thought we went to the moon. I was fighting with people. And Brandon goes, how'd they get a car? How'd they drive a car on it?
yeah,
I'm like,
you think they
fuck
drove
you,
a car on
Brandon.
the moon?
Fuck you. They can't drive a car on the moon. It's ridiculous.
It's hotter than any surface on Earth. It's fine. They just drove a car.
He said that to me and my kids, and we were all like, fucking Brandon just told us Santa's not real. It's like, you piece of shit.
But it was a space car. Duh.
That's what I said. That sounds
Yeah,
dumb
I know,
saying
yeah.
it, doesn't it, Dave?
Yeah, it was a space
No.
car.
Makes total sense.
Space car.
You ever go to a place and get a nugget or like not exactly like it wasn't McDonald's, but it was some other place, and you go there and they had like honey and you like peel it open and then you just have honey everywhere. You
Yeah,
ever do
honey
that?
is a bullshit. Like, of all the things you can get as sauces, honey is the worst because there's no convenient way to operate honey outside of a squeeze bottle.
Who was that fucking guy, Brandon? Was it Briskin that ordered like 5 gallons of honey to your house because he was going to live in the woods?
Oh yeah, so it's funny because this is the thing. Briskin, I think, was like ahead of everything because it looks like.
Dave, you remember Briskin, that guy?
Yeah.
He was one-liners and shit. He was a little off, dude.
He was
He
like 4
ordered
feet
A
tall.
5.
He was a funny guy. He hated me because I think he just thought I didn't like him, but I was trying to help him. I found out later through Brandon, the guy was going through a lot. He's a good kid, I could tell.
Yeah.
But he was obviously going through a lot because Brandon's going to tell the guy was ready for survival mode way before this shit.
So 5-gallon bucket, picture 5-gallon bucket, but full of honey.
Like a bucket that a hobo poops
Bucket.
in.
Because
But
you can
honey.
live on honey. Like if the shit hits the fan, you could hide in your closet. I guess,
But
and just
Brandon,
eat
but
honey.
Hide your
Eat your own
house.
cum. Eat
But
your own
Briskin
cum.
couldn't have it sent to his house, so he had it sent to Brandon's house.
But the best part was he lived in like the absolute, one of the worst parts of New Haven, and just in his house. So I'm like, I don't know why you're gonna have honey for the next guy because he's just gonna come kill you and take your honey.
Well,
You're just
what's gonna
hoarding
happen-
honey for your neighbor. You know?
Yeah, but if you order a honey in the hood, just a fat black chick shows up. It's like, yo, what up, man? It's me, honey. Like, oh shit, I didn't mean you.
Can
Yeah.
you really live
I
off
meant the
of
one
honey?
that's good for me.
Yeah, I mean, you could live off a lot of things, you know, if you really had to. There's rumored people live off of just like fruit, or even some people say they live off of light, because technically. we're
Oh,
all
the
light.
sun. Yeah, I've heard of them. The sun gazers.
Yeah,
What did you say?
yeah, and they eat
Sun
gold.
What did
They
you
eat
say? Sun gazers?
gazer.
Yeah.
You meat sun gazer.
No, like no. Explain that to me. Sun gaze, like you could stare
Sun
at the
gazer.
sun and not. Wouldn't you need to drink water? You need to eat things.
No, they're
You just
basically
gaze at the
they're
sun?
like plants.
Well, I'll just
Gaze
say,
at it.
I'll say this. So
Fondly.
I know that sounds really crazy, but let me, I can tell you
Yes.
about somebody who does exist. There's this guy named Wim Hof, and he's climbed Mount Everest in shorts, no shirt, nothing. He's been
He's all about
injected.
breathing.
He was injected with a lethal like toxin, or not like super lethal, but a sick one or whatever. And he was able to like, scientists studied it. He was able to like move it around in his body and not have it affect him through breath control. So if that dude can do that, I mean, yeah, it's fucking.
Well, the dude who started, I can't remember his name, but the dude who like is, I don't know if he's famous for, if he started it or if he's just one of the most known. He went on a hunger strike for like 120 odd days. And he was closely monitored and studied. And he was just like, you need to let me drink tea every now and again. And you need to let me look at the sun. And that was it.
Brandon
Yeah.
said it was lethal, but not super lethal, and that's when I stopped listening.
Well, it was. It was.
It's
it was like a
lethal
neurotoxin
or it's
something.
not lethal. There's no super lethal. It's lethal. When I'm Gilbert Godfrey,
All right.
how
about
can it be
this?
lethal when
It
it's
was
not
the
lethal?
COVID. They said it was real lethal, but it was just like not even as bad as a cold.
No,
And now,
There's like, there's dead,
now everyone's got.
and then
masks
there's
on.
extra dead.
What? No. What the fuck's
Like
extra
dead and-
dead?
I
dead
have to
and not
look up.
coming back.
Yeah, it was like a.
No one's
sick
coming
thing that got
back.
him sick.
Well,
Who?
there are plenty people who are like, oh, I saw this light, and then they do the clear. You were dead for 3 minutes.
No, they
Like,
lie.
extra
Dave,
dead.
they're lying. Dave, they're lying.
No,
They're lying. They want
people were
attention.
brought back to
They're lying.
life. The
Dave, I
fucking
almost
ambulance
died.
guys
There was
with
no
the
light.
paddles.
There was no nothing. I got in a
But did
car
you get-
accident. I was almost dead. I know. I don't remember it. Wonder why?
Almost dead.
Yeah, because once
Almost.
you're dead, you're dead.
No, I'm talking about the people. The people they go, oh, we're losing him. He's gone to code. Beep, clear. Boom. And then they do
Yeah,
that.
Pat.
Lies. It's good for TV. It's lies.
You were drunk though, weren't you, Pat?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that might affect it because I mean they say that alcohol like. Is,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I drove my car over a guardrail and flew in the air like a fucking Evil Knievel. It's on the Merritt Parkway, and the engine block hit into a fucking telephone pole. It doesn't exist anymore. Across the way from where the Oakdale is. I hit that thing. The car dropped. The engine block came through the car. Drove through my heel, shattered my heel, ripped all my tendons. I have no tendons or heel. I have just a bunch of mashed bone that's just fused into a heel. And I've got no tendons, and I got arthritis through it. My ribs, 4 of them cracked, and they were all jagged. And I guess they just missed puncturing lungs. Like they thought I was gonna die from that. Like I broke one wrist. I had bruise on my face. Like I was so fucked up. They didn't have time to give me a fucking BAC. So they just rushed me, so I didn't get in fucking trouble. I took a weird right on the Merritt Parkway. Obviously, I'm drunk. Like, yeah, I like, well, technically, I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't have argued it in court. Sir, they didn't give me a test. You turned right on a highway with no exit in the air. Dude, by the way, my dying moment, Dave, if you want to know what what dying moments are, I'm in the hospital. My now ex-wife, my wife at the time, is pregnant with Ashlyn. So I didn't met Ashlyn yet, okay? I don't even have a child yet. The reason why I was that drunk is because it was 2 weeks after 9/11. That day was my 9/11, by the way. And so I have my own. And it's like the 20-something. Anyway, so I always forget. But I was there with my buddy because he was getting sent off to go to Afghanistan because of what was going to go on. He was in the Marines. So we went and drank at a bar I used to work at, and I drove home. My friend said, don't drive. And I said, of course I won't. Look over there. And then I walked out the back door, got my car, and drove home. I was supposed to go on a Red Hook Brewing Company fishing trip with my work because I worked for Budweiser. And I wanted to get home to sleep for an hour so I could drive to work and drink on a boat. That's who I was back then. So I'm driving. It's funny because everyone knows me now as a not drinker. I was committed. So I I drive. I smash. I die. Whatever. I'm in the hospital. I wake up in an operating room. Like I'm conscious for a minute. This is all I remember. In this room, the room's kind of red, and I could see in the window like my family, like my wife crying, my mom, my dad, everyone's there, and looking in the window, my in-laws, and I look at the doctor, and I said, "Am I gonna die?" The doctor goes, "Well, I can't answer that. We don't know." And I put my hand out like this. The doctor grabbed my finger, and I farted, and I passed out. That's really what happened. And believe me, I know that because the doctor told them that afterwards. So it's not like me going, I remember. I don't remember. I've been told I did. If I was going to die, I was going to do the pull my finger joke or I fucking die. And I woke up a day later in the hospital with a gown on, no pants on, and just wanting to die, hating my life. My dad walked in and said, "Close your legs."
That's good advice.
It was. In other words, have some pride. I know you almost died. And that day I was in the hospital. I have a bed pain. I can't walk. I can't move. Nurse comes in, and I said, the nurse started grabbing my left hand and doing x-rays on my wrist. But my right wrist was the one that I hurt. So I said, "You've got the wrong wrist." And she looked at me and said, "Does it matter? Because of 9/11, we're all going to die anyway." And I just started hitting the nurse button. Can I have a different one? I hate this one. This one is not fun. Why is he telling me we're all going to die? I just did almost die, you fat bitch. So, okay, Dave, how's your riddle going? Is it still a fucking soldier?
Well, I was going to tell you the story about.
Good. I'm going to get coffee. You tell a story.
Yeah. So one of my older brothers, we found out he was allergic to bees because he almost died. He was mowing lawns in the neighborhood, and he was about a quarter mile away. The people who owned the house weren't there. He ran over a beehive and was stung. I don't remember the count, but it was.
Oh, those are the worst too, like the ground bees.
Yeah,
they're different.
Yeah,
they're fucking
and
nasty.
he got stung a dick ton of times. His tongue swelled up, and no one was. The owners weren't home. He ran home. He ran a quarter mile home in anaphylactic shock. Called the ambulance himself. The operator couldn't understand it because his tongue was so big and he was talking all weird. They thought he was a prank call, and he finally got it out "No, you need to come get me." And I got all this secondhand because I was at my grandmother's. But when we got home later that night, there was an oxygen tank sitting in our living room because the EMTs, when they got there, they're like, "Holy shit!" They were so freaked out by the state of him that they just threw him in the van and left. They didn't bring up. They left all their gear in our house. Yeah. And the one memory my brother said he had is he's like, "I remember in the ambulance, I remember them saying, 'We're losing it.'" So that's the day, the moment we found out that he's allergic to bees because he got stung by all of them.
What did he say? What did he say? We're losing?
Yeah, we're losing him.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So he was brought back.
Yeah, I think that I've heard similar stories to that. There's actually books about that, and people have had stories where they've felt like they've hovered above the room, and they read what a doctor was writing, and then later when they were brought back, they can remember what it was, and it was exactly what the doctor wrote, stuff like that. But I mean, they're all stories. Who knows? But I definitely am open to stuff like that. I don't really. This is what I was gonna say earlier. Is this is the reason why I get into quote unquote conspiracy stuff, is because I try to open my mind to all possibilities. And sometimes I get into an idea or a way of thinking, and I'll try it out, and I'll see if it makes sense, and I'll try like a movie, I'll suspend my, what do they call that? Your disbelief.
Disbelief. Yeah.
And I do that with and it's crazy because in this society, we're kind of taught to just, we find our way, we think, and this is, we're Republican, we're Democrat, we're this, we're that, and then we have to look at everything through that. And if it doesn't fit, we're a Christian, I'm a Muslim, whatever. And I don't think that's the way to do it. I think it's the other way, and it's crazy how you can look at things. I don't know, just much different.
I'm on the page of I keep a healthy amount of skepticism, but I always keep in the back of my mind, okay, well, what if it's true? And that's always what I'm trying to look at it with. Even no matter how bizarre it may seem at first, I'm like, okay, well, what if give a second. What if it's true? So at least try and stay open. And I'm down for. I love hearing stories like that of weird, freaky shit.
Yeah, I think that's really good, and it's a healthy way to look at it. And I always think, you know how like the Hulk in the newer Marvel movie is like, my secret is I'm always angry. Well, my thing is, I just think it's all bullshit. I mean, if you told me who lived in a computer simulation,
Yeah, the Hulk is
that
bullshit,
makes
by the way.
sense.
Just so you know.
So like I just kind of,
Not
even
real.
though I'm talking about it, if I was shown evidence that was to disprove it, I'd be like, yeah, that's fucking probably right. You know, like it's not. With me, I try not to have like a sacred cow to hold up and like look for ways to justify it. I'm like, yeah, shit. All right, I guess this is the truth now if I'm seeing all this evidence, you know? That's kind of how I look at it. But I talk to some people, and it's so hard because they don't, no matter what you show them, they just have this rigid belief system. And it's like everything gets filtered through it. And no matter what, it doesn't matter, you know.
I was having this conversation with a friend of mine, and the thing that for me, like, all right, if there's something that you believe and you want to prove it to people, and they're like, no, you're a conspiracy theorist, you're a whack job. Like, the only way, it has to get to the point where denying the evidence becomes a lunacy.
Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. Go ahead. I was just doing some background to your fucking story.
I was doing the bird.
I was at work and a fucking lady came up to me and said, do you have extra large tampons? And I laughed so fucking hard. And I know it's childish, but I fucking laughed so goddamn hard. I was just like, say, do you have extra large maxi pads? That's what I went. She goes, why are you laughing? And I'm like, nothing. And she goes, well, what? Seriously? Like, I'm thinking about something else. She's like, you're not thinking of something else. And I wanted to go, you got a big pussy. Like, that's what I wanted to say to her face.
I don't know what's funnier, the fact that she asked you for extra large or the fact she didn't realize why you were laughing. Like,
because I guess in the world of pussy bleeding, it doesn't mean the size. It just means like the absorbency or something.
Wait,
it doesn't mean
flow.
she got a big pussy. It's not like Magnum condoms. They don't
she
have
was
bigger
looking for
pussy.
high flow. She just said it wrong.
No, it's called
lazy.
on the package. It's called extra large.
Well, aren't there
Yeah,
like slims?
people who make that are fucked. I mean, you've heard this from women, right? The person who invented the fucking tampon or the maximum is a man. Yeah, because he was trying to fucking stop you from complaining.
He already had the invention. It's called a gun.
Yeah, he's like, you hate doing laundry, so I got you this.
Christ's sake, baby.
They should have used jerky.
Six bedspread you ruined.
All right.
Go back to your B story or the fuck you're doing.
He's talking about his brother, how they found
I
out.
know. I heard it. Well,
I've been in a situation like that. I fell through a window. When I was in the Marine Corps. I was wrestling with a friend, and I had him down on the ground. We were just like, had him down. I'm like, all right, I got.
You were reenacting Roadhouse.
Yeah, exactly.
Through a goddamn window.
I was being fucking Sam Hunter or Sam Elliott. Sam Hunter.
Sam Hunter. You would have Kool-Aid man through that fucking wall if you were Sam Hunter. I get to perform. I haven't seen Sam, and I get to perform with him on the 24th. It's gonna be cool.
Oh, nice. I haven't seen him.
Me, him, and Callaway and Stefano will be on a show in Shelton. I'm psyched about that.
Oh, nice.
I don't miss a lot of comics. Sam's one of the ones that when I would see it like an open mic, I like chatting with Sam. I do miss. He's one of the few folks I miss chatting.
He's a good dude.
He is.
He's a real good dude.
And funny.
Yeah.
I would get on him sometimes because he is very funny and he is very talented, but I'd be like, I try to humble him a little bit, like, hey, easy. But I also like the fact that he's confident. So I didn't try to do it too much, but he's a funny fucking guy. Anyway, Brandon, you were fucking tussling with a bro and you smashed through a window like Kool-Aid man.
Oh yeah. So anyway, I stood up and I felt he came at me, and since I'm really tall, I have like a low center of gravity, so I just fell right back, and I put my arm through a window, and I was like, ah, shit. And at first I was like, whatever. So I looked at it, and it was just open, like the middle of it was just all gross. So I'm like, fuck. So I just took the bed sheet or whatever, and I covered it, and I was like, all right. And I told him, dude, dial 911. And then there's our friends who were out in the courtyard. They saw it smash.
Do I have to hit 9 first and then 911?
They were freaking out. So we told them to come up. Yeah, no, I know. He was like, what do I do? What do I do? And I was like the calm one. So I told them to do that. And then I had the other guys got in there. I had one start to make a tourniquet on my arm to slow the bleeding down. So I was holding all my weight on it. And then the MP got there first.
You have to dial 911. Unless you
Turn
done
it
one-on-one on
upside
an
down.
army barracks.
Yeah, it's all the same. I'm pretty sure it's 911. Pretty much everywhere in the
Just get to
United
shout
States.
medic.
Everywhere, yeah.
No
That's
men,
the
all
best
dick.
part.
I was in a army barracks wrestling with a dude through a window, not butt fucking a stranger in a bathhouse.
Sounds more like the Navy.
No, that
Medic, more like men dick.
was.
More like more dick.
More like cock. Extra large pussy, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Did I ever
Give
tell
me
you
the
about when I
dick
got in that?
large.
I got in like a fight that was like from the movie Outsiders, and when I was in college. Remember that movie where the fight went on for like 6 weeks and it never stopped? Like it was the with with all like Patrick Swayze and fucking Machio and all. And they're just fighting. I was playing rugby, and we had a big rugby house, and a bunch of other guys wanted to fight us, and they came over. We wouldn't let them in the party. They're being dicks. It was outside. We had a lot of kegs, a lot of drinking, and people just start fighting. And one of my friends stupidly like tries to like dive tackle a guy, which is stupid because you're gonna get stomped. You know what I mean? So everyone's fighting, everyone's breaking off. The buddy that I told you about before, which is weird, it's the same story. My buddy Froggy, we called him. Real name Eddie Edward Edwards. Real the third. Fucking real last name. Which is hilarious. But we called him Froggy because he jumped around, skinny but tough. He was a Marine, but like he before that just a super athlete, but it really didn't look like it. It was like Brandon type, a little bit thinner, but just like could do anything, could fight, do any sport, whatever. As we're all fighting, all these people, everyone's just fighting and punching, going. Every time, like I'd have like two guys trying to fight me. Out of nowhere, Froggy, like a fucking little like ninja, would just boom, like pop out of nowhere, pop like two dudes in the head, knock out of the way, and run away like a savior to everyone. Just flying around like crunching people. It was nuts. We're fighting, we're going here and whatever. I fight around to the front of the house. Earlier in the day, me and my roommate Pete were drinking Boone's. That fucking, you remember that Boone's? That fucking ass shit.
Boone's Farm.
Boone's Farm. We had that red one, and we were drinking that because like, we like to drink
I
that
didn't know there
before.
were different flavors.
Oh yeah, we used to drink it before practice, and
There was nausea and extra puke.
Yeah. Oh, we would. That was like our water. So
nausea and heartburn. Those are the two flavors.
Heartburn and homeless nutsack. They were good with melon. And so I grabbed. So the two bottles were just empty on the porch, and I was punching this one guy, and another guy turned around and he taps me on the shoulder. So I stupidly turned, and he cracks me in the face with the fucking bottle. I wasn't really bleeding. I kind of just grabbed the bottle from his hand, the broken part, and threw it at his face. And then it was like we were real drunk, adrenaline and all that. Not that I'm tough, but I just was losing my mind. And I punched that guy, and we're all fighting. We beat them up. They leave, whatever. We're all on the front porch. We're celebrating our big win. Like, yay, fuck them. We're all drunk. And my buddy, Mike Cool, looks at me and goes, "Hey, Pat, don't move for a second." What? Just don't move. And he reaches for my face and pulls like a shard of glass like this long out of this part of my eye. It just misread. It was just in like that empty part. And he pulls it out. He goes, "Ah." And he goes, "What's that on it?" And I went, "I licked it with not Boone's. That's my blood." Yeah.
All right. So I got a tough guy story.
Well,
that wasn't a tough guy story. That was a stupid person's story. That
really
wasn't
quickly,
tough.
How amazing would it have been if you had that on film? You know, like just pulling that thing.
Yeah, because then people would know it wasn't true. No, I'm kidding. No, that's the problem. Most of my life, I had some great stories where people were like, "That can't be true." I'm like, I don't know. I was drunk. Some of it is.
Brought to you by Boone's Farm. When rock bottom is on the rocks.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Dave? What story did you have?
Oh, my tough guy story?
Yeah.
So one time,
me and these three guys were dancing in a line, and we were doing the rock hits, leg kicks. And man, it's tough. If you don't stretch your grundle enough, you could really pull something. And I was like, "Hey, Sailor, what are we gonna do?" Anyway,
Did you have to fight your way from the backyard to the front yard? That was great. I had such a good visual. It was like a video game, like, you know, boom, boom. Just
me and Fred Astaire were getting in a tussle. I threw my hands up. I was like,
what was that Nintendo game, Kung Fu or whatever, where you had to like kick all the guys that were coming at you? That was Pat headed to the front. And then the boss had a fucking Boone's Farm.
Yeah. Fucking main boss fucking came up and cracked me, and I fucking had to hit A jump. And I got extra lives from Contra. Go ahead, Dave. Tell us your story about your fucking Magic Mike moment fight.
First of all, it
Yeah,
wasn't dancing with a bunch of guys. It was dancing with one guy. And I was trying to do a lift.
Remember that picture that you had to dance with that man on fucking, and you were like, it was a dance competition and you had to be the lady for that man?
Well,
On Facebook, I commented, I'm like, oh, look at
that. Dude, that kicked ass on that clip. No, that was the same sex competition, man. And you don't take turns being the.
Yep,
it's
you
not
guys
one
both
guy's the
had
man,
the
one guy's the
same
lady.
sex with
You
each
take
other.
turns. Damn straight.
I think the sex is a little
No,
different.
one thing it was straight, Dave. One thing it wasn't. It was straight.
Yeah, the sex is a little different. I don't know.
Same sex. Yeah, you both had sex together. It was the same sex.
Pulling out doesn't matter as much.
No, you could blast a fucking load in that dude. Nothing's going to happen.
Pulling out, first of all.
Fill
is
him like a
always
Bavarian
pulling.
cream dancer.
It's definitely different sex.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
different
shit.
that I wouldn't be there.
I think I just made a joke.
Yeah. I think you did too, Brandon. Congratulations. You've been a comic for 8 years and you think you just made a joke.
I think I created one for the stage is what I meant. Oh, man.
Maybe. I don't think any of this flies. I'm definitely going to try my extra large pussy joke, but I don't think that's going to kill.
Yeah,
Right, Dave.
I'm
So you were
definitely gonna-
tussling with sailors or whatever the fuck you're doing.
No, I was trying to learn a lift. Like, I could do this.
Oh,
And I
were you
sep-
really fighting with while
separated my-
dancing? I was kidding.
I really was. It was actually my tough guy story is the time I separated my hip by trying to learn a lift I didn't know how to do, and the only other person around was a dude. It didn't work.
Usually I'm mad when your audio breaks up, but I'm kind of happy it just did there.
What are we talking about? Oh,
I
you
mean,
didn't hear all the
I
details?
heard it enough, but like,
It's a dance-related injury.
Brandon went through a fucking plate glass window. I got smashed in the face.
Yeah.
You lifted a dude wrong.
Yeah,
No,
Ed Price.
you got to have another one.
Nope.
I got more. I got to.
So do I, Brandon. But
No,
look,
the
Dave's
cop.
got to pull his weight here.
I don't know what
well,
to tell you, man.
I could
I
tell
mean,
you
I got
this.
dance-related injuries.
Brandon,
I-
you and I can. Remember, Brandon, one time, we did that in your car one time on my podcast. We did an hour of fight stories. It was crazy. We did it, and we weren't even gonna. We're in the car. We're like, let's just record this. And we were in the car, just sitting in my driveway for an hour, high, doing fight stories. And then, if you were there, Dave, we would have had to turn it off.
Yeah.
You
I-
West Side Story the fuck out of our show.
Look, I was my whole survival mechanism was being fast, which was impressive because I was fat as a kid. So it was get someplace quick and hide.
I was a bitch as a kid, but I ran my mouth,
Yeah.
and so people they knew like I could insult you. That's all I
No,
had.
see, I was a bitch, but I ran my mouth behind your back.
No, I did it right to you. If I ran my mouth behind your back, it's because you didn't come near me yet. And I tell you, I was that asshole. I was you talking shit. I'm like, oh, good, you're here. This is what the fuck I said, and then people would want to kill me. I got beat up by 2 guys in Derby High School because I couldn't stop telling them they were gay. I couldn't. I could not stop. No matter what. And they weren't. They were not gay. They had girlfriends. I could not stop telling them they were gay. Math class, English class, hallways. And they were nice kids. I'm like, gay, you're both gay. You're so gay. Look how gay the 2 of you are. So like, we'll show you how gay we are. And then they beat the shit out of me and threw me against a locker. And I went, yeah, you had to double team me like gay people do. Even when I was bleeding. And then I got suspended and they didn't get in trouble because I was being mean and I deserved
Yeah,
it.
well,
That's
dude,
how
hate
crime.
Derby
that?
High works.
That's
Hate
so
crime.
crazy. All you did was said things, and they punched you. You know what I mean? Like,
Brandon, I said it for a week and I didn't stop. Like, the teacher would be like, what's the answer to number 7? I'm like, those 2 are gay. Like, it really, I deserved the beating, like, without a doubt. I've taken 2 beatings in my life that I deserved. That one, and when I was in college, we were walking down the street and going to this bar that doesn't exist anymore called the Village Pub. And we would go drink there all the time. And I was crossing the street and I was really drunk. And I was like, wouldn't it be funny if I just stood on the bumpers of people's cars while they're in traffic? So, and my friends were like, maybe you shouldn't do that. So there was a big like Astro van and I just stood on the bumper and I was making the car bounce. And then the world's largest black man got out and said, get off my car. I said, get in your car. And he's like, no. And I'm like, yes. And then I got pummeled. And he was big. And I had 3 friends with me that I thought were going to help me, but they were in a bush going, duck. And I'm like, get out of the bush. And they're punching me in the street.
Duck.
And then the guy was nice enough to drag me out of the street and bring me towards the bar. I had a black eye. We were supposed to go have one drink at that bar, then go across the street to a party with a girl I was trying to hook up with. And I thought that would ruin it, but she felt bad for me, and I got a blowjob. So thank you, black guy. Black guys matter. Anyway, it worked out well.
Nice.
That's way better than Dave's fucking lift move.
Huh.
Yeah, you're
I mean,
I
one
got.
time
Oh, go
one
ahead.
time in middle school, I fell down the stairs and got a concussion. So there's that.
Ouch.
Give me some more.
Well, do you remember you'd walk up to your friend and you'd whack their books down on the ground so they'd have to pick them up and look like a jackass? You guys didn't play that?
No, I did it. Yeah, I remember that game.
I'm ignoring you because it's going to be gay.
Dude, this is as tough as I get, Pat. So I've
seen you be mean. Like, you hate women.
Yeah, but like women and kids, this was
you're a fight then.
Yeah, I don't take on people my own size. I have as a general rule, I do not pick on people my own size.
I got punched once just for being tall.
How did that work?
How tall were they?
I was not as tall. I was walking with a friend of mine, and this car pulls over, and it was like we were in high school. I think we were sophomores, and these kids were like juniors, so we kind of recognized them, and they came over to talk to us. I guess they were drunk, and one of the dudes just punched me, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I got like really pissed, and my friend, who was really crazy, grabbed me. He was a small guy, but he was nuts, so he grabbed me, and he was like, "Come on," because there was like a lot of people getting out of the car, so it was like a clown car. So we ran to like the wall bombs that
I would have said like Puerto Ricans in a Hyundai, but you were better and said clowns.
But I wanted, because like this dude was supposed to be tough and he hit me, and I was just like, I was stunned and pissed. I wanted to rip his head off, and I was like, ugh. And I don't know, after that we just let it go, but it was pretty funny. I'm like, like, why did you pull me away? But there was like 8 guys getting out, so it's probably a good idea that we did.
You know what? Fuck both you guys. It's not that I'm not tough. It's you guys had to be tough because you're dicks. I'm lovable. That's it. That's why.
Dave,
that's
keep it up, and you'll have a fight story for next week. Want a good story, Chief? I can run to your fucking house, beat you up, and be back here to start the Zoom before you can figure out a green screen, son of a bitch. I'll beat you up, and the cops won't bother me because I'm wearing whatever the fuck this is.
You wouldn't be able to do it. You wouldn't be able to do it.
Beat you up? Dave, you don't know how my day went.
No, I'm not saying you wouldn't physically be able to. I'm saying you'd get here and you'd be like, oh, I'm going to get you. And then I'd be like, oh, Pat. And you'd be like,
no. I have a tremendous ability to project and think you're someone else.
Who? Who would you think?
I've done it in bed, so I'm guessing I can do it in a fight.
I was just going to say, make sure you don't fuck them.
All of a sudden it goes off the rails. Pat, why are you kissing me? Oh, sorry. Jesus Christ.
Well, because I'm a gentleman, Dave. I'm not just going to stick it in you.
What a nice guy. I'm
a fucking man, but I'm a lover. Dance moves. I won a dance trophy.
Really?
Yeah, my dad used to run. He used to do the manager of Pepperidge Farms a long time ago. When I was like 12, probably 10, something like that.
And you still remember?
Every year, Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Remember?
Yeah.
He at Holiday Hill, that camp or whatever it was in Prospect, they would have every year like the big summer like get together for the company. My dad was in charge, and he was like the only white person there in charge because everyone else was like minorities. That's how it worked back in the 80s. They would just work for you. So, and we all got to go as a family and do stuff. And then they had a breakdance competition, and there was a bunch of black kids that were like good at breakdancing. And then I entered it because I was like, of course I can breakdance. And literally I did what's known as the mashed potato, which is the move where you go. I did that, and then one of these. And then black kids did amazing flips like they were in Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo. And I won because my dad was their boss. So I have a trophy that says you are a winner with a guy holding the thing up. And I brought it to college, and my buddy Eric would hold it up. And whenever he'd bring it out with them. Then we'd go to nightclubs. Like what was that place called? Bash. Remember Bash, Brandon?
No, I don't think so.
It was like Bash or Bop What was
Boppers?
it? In New Haven.
Yeah,
It was
there's
called
Boppers.
Bash. It was Bopper. Then it switched to Bash for a little bit. Ari was running it then. It wasn't there long. But anyway, on
Boppers
Sunday
to
nights,
Bashers.
they would have like dance contests and like drink night. So we all went there as a rugby team. And my buddy brings out, he didn't tell me. He took it from my room and goes, challenges someone to a dance. And this guy's like, what? You're going to dance? He goes, no, he is. And he pulls out my trophy. It doesn't say dancing. It just says you are a winner. And so I'm drunk and I take off my shirt and I lay it down like it's cardboard. It's a shirt and I do a horrible backspin in the worm and I'm doing the robot and I'm doing this Running Man thing. And the black guy looks at me and goes, I ain't fucking with that. You got it, bro. And I yelled, you got served, and that guy bought me a drink. It was one of the best moments of my life. Dave, I have better dance stories than you. I'm just better.
And you're a professional dancer, Dave.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I'm just professional. Listen, I talked about it on my podcast with Derek Furtado. That's out this week. Cheap plug. Pat Oates podcast. I am living the Forrest Gump life. I have done things. And by the way, tell me if you guys think this is right. I talked on my podcast. I didn't ever think about this till I was talking to him. Forrest Gump is the ultimate white privilege movie. He got to do all this shit just because he's white. He got the fuck out of his league. He got to meet the president. He beat Jinx in ping pong. He got to do everything. He just went around doing great stuff just because he was a white guy running. If that was a Puerto Rican, they would have stopped him with the beard and the running.
Yeah, but he was also slightly retarded.
Slightly.
So, like, white trash couldn't have done that. You know what I mean? Like, so when people say white privilege, it's like, listen,
Brandon,
there's also white trash. There's no white
Brandon,
privilege.
if he was, like, Chinese and retarded, they would have just said, get out of here, chingtard, and they would have yelled at him right away.
He's still going to play ping pong.
That would have been his name. Ping Pong Gump.
Ching chong ping pong.
That is my favorite song. That was their number one hit for like 5 years. China. We all know it. Name me another tune.
From China? Or just in general?
Oh, I'm sorry. It goes, dong, 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 dong. It has a dong in there.
No, I don't know.
All right, I'm going to
they
name a
wrote
country.
that.
You give me a song. A racist song. Ready?
A racist song, huh?
India.
Oh, that should be easy.
No,
No,
that's from France.
No, that's the Snake Charm song.
There's a place in France where the naked ladies dance.
We cultural appropriated it.
No, I'm pretty sure France just took that whole area.
Yeah, well, no,
India,
the France had nothing to do with it. We just couldn't sing. There's a place in New Delhi where they rub your Indian belly. They couldn't sing that song.
You could sing that. That would have been good.
There's a place in New Delhi
where they rub your stupid belly.
They're rubbing your belly.
And your baby's in a carriage because you have a prearranged marriage.
You know what?
Now bring your bitch to bed. She has dot on her head.
How about Mexico?
That
was an easy one.
Or La Cucaracha, La Cucaracha. No. That was the cockroach.
That song was just about cockroaches.
France.
Oh,
I mean, it's gonna be Frere Jacques, right?
Yeah, that's what I was
How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away.
That's the worst conversation of all times. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping, Brother John? Brother John, get the fuck out of my bedroom. This is fucking creepy. Go away. Are you sleeping? Yeah, I'm sleeping, you French piece of shit. Get out of my room.
That was the roots of Catholic pedophilia. Are you sleeping?
Are you sleeping? Please stay asleep. Please stay asleep. That is not my finger. That is not my finger. Go to sleep. Don't tell
like how your French guy turned Mexican about halfway through.
That's how he gets out of it.
Who did this to you? Some Mexican.
What's your name? Pietro. I learned French. My uncle was a French professor. He's a white Irish man from Connecticut, and he was a doctor in French, and actually
In
wrote
French.
doctor in French.
Le
And
docteur.
he wrote
Le
textbooks that were
docteur.
used in colleges. Like he was that good at French. And like when I met my ex-wife in college, that was one of my moves because she was taking French, and I saw the textbook and I said, "Oh, taking French." I go, "You see the book? I know that book." She goes, "Oh, do you know French?" I'm like, "No, I know the author." And his name is Michael Oates, which is the most un-French name of all times. So I can say things like, I can do all the verbs. Like,
Did you guys French kiss after that?
no,
I couldn't help it. I couldn't.
no, but I did give her the Dirty Sanchez because I was learning Spanish. So,
Wait, what are the French
Bingo.
verbs?
je suis, that means I am.
I knew that one.
Je suis, tu es, il est, ils sont, ils c'est, ils sont.
Je
I
m'appelle
am-
Robert.
I am, he is, they, she is, they are, we are, they are.
Hmm.
And I can say, je m'appelle la bibliothèque. Like, my name is the library.
This is the library?
Yeah, I can say that.
I once taught a chick from St. Martinique who spoke no English, so I did the entire lesson saying un, deux, trois. That was it. That's all I needed.
Un, deux, trois, quatre,
Un, deux,
cinq,
trois.
six,
Un, deux,
sept,
trois.
huit, neuf,
Yeah,
dix.
I didn't need
Onze.
anything more than 3.
Yeah, she's like, I would like a little more, please.
Three.
3.
Oh,
Three,
that's
get-
all I got.
Even
Un,
in
deux, trois.
metric. Even in
And
metric,
trois
David.
again.
David, in metric, 3 is still small. I will need more than 3, gay dance.
3 is all you get. You got to make do just like everyone else.
Just like everyone else. No
Girl
extra
said you
large
wanted-
tampons here.
Girl said she wanted 9 inches and make it hurt. No big-
Take your giant tampons and get out, Frenchie.
Yeah. My dick's not fucking small. Your pussy's huge.
Frenchie.
She's like, yo, give me 9 inches and make it hurt. So I fucked her 3 times and punched her in the face. Hey-oh. I liked when that was an okay joke.
What? It's not?
I remember this one day. This is probably a classic for you. When it's like, what do you say to a girl with 2 black eyes? Nothing. She's been
Nothing.
told twice.
She's been told twice. Yeah, I really
Well,
wish.
But if she's still asking,
What's the problem when your wife is yelling at you when you're trying to watch the game?
what?
You made the chain in the kitchen too long?
Well, wait. Oh, because she can reach her, because she can yell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't make
Not
sense.
if you put a door in the kitchen, though. You know, like they used to have, like Archie Bunker.
Okay, I asked someone this the other day, and I don't know why. You know the term barefoot and pregnant?
Yeah,
Why barefoot?
that's a great question.
Because you don't want them leaving the house.
You know what? That's what my friend said to me. And I was like, if you need to get out of a situation, shoes aren't the problem.
Yeah, but it's more of like a social thing. Like she's just barefoot. She's never going to leave it. She's just going to be home. Not because I'm keeping her there, but just because that.
Oh, because she can't get service at any stores if she's barefoot.
That too.
Dave, she couldn't back then. She was a stupid woman.
She was a
Barefoot,
woman.
no mask, and pregnant. It's going to be the new barefoot and pregnant in the future. I'm going to keep my wife barefoot with no mask and pregnant.
Oh, Brandon, didn't you have mass things to bring up before we get out of this?
Yeah. Well, I had a video of these 2 ladies that got arrested. They were in Florida.
Can you share it or no?
Yeah. You want me to play it? I
You
have
pull it up.
queued
I'll say something while you do that.
Yes,
Dave,
yeah.
Brandon has been
Oh, you have
really,
to enable the screen share to remember how to do that.
Yeah.
I could talk really quick though. So what happened was there was a vote that was going to happen and about this county in Florida somewhere, whether they should mandate masks or not. So these 2 ladies or a bunch of people showed up, but these 2 ladies that were very vocal and didn't want to wear masks, they wouldn't let them in the public building. And as
You
you'll
should be allowed
see-
to do shit now.
Okay. And as you can see, they came up with some pretty hilarious shit to say. Hang on.
Is it not working?
No, it is. I just have to, there it is. You ready?
Brandon's been getting so mad at masks that I think I'm going to start going pro mask just to piss Brandon off. And I also think that when babies are born now, they should have a mask next to the vagina so that when the baby comes out, it just wears a mask.
Can you see the Facebook?
Yeah. Beverly Beatty, Jesus Matters.
Yeah, I don't
Women
know why
can
that's
just
on
wear
there.
that. Women can just wear thongs while they're giving birth, so they just right into the mask.
But it won't cover the whole
There
mouth.
we go.
There's no volume on that bitch. Is it supposed to be volume?
Yeah.
We're not hearing
I saw
shit.
this before. She talks the whole time.
So she's making great points because it's a public building and they're trying to tell her she's trespassing. She's like, no, you can't trespass in a public building, which is like 1,000% right if it's open.
It's not allowing to share the volume, I guess. You've shared it before. I don't know.
Would you say it's loud? Let me turn it
No,
down.
we can't hear it at all.
Oh, we can't hear it at all.
Oh, you can't hear. Oh, let me see if let's see.
Yeah, it's too loud. The fuck?
Too loud.
Too loud. It's too loud.
Too loud. That was my friend's name back in.
All right, so what? The lady
I got it. Here we go. Yeah. All right. So.
Fuck? I got it.
All right. You ready?
My boy.
Money pays for that building. We're going upstairs. You cannot legally tell us we cannot go in that building. That is not trespassing. No, we're not going. If you want a mask, they put a mask on. We're not going.
Arguing, guys.
No one's arguing. We're talking to you.
America, sir.
We're with her. We're talking to you.
Can we express ourselves here? This is America.
And we're not your.
Yeah.
This is the
That's my problem with. Okay, I don't care about any of that. I hate when someone tells someone else what country we're in. We know. And right now, it's not the best time to talk about it. This is America. Yeah, America used to be like not pulling down statues and acting like Saudi Arabia. So like to go, this is America, sir. Yeah, okay, this is America. But there's a time in America, lady, where you'd be on a boat on your way here. America has changed a lot. So just to yell out the name of it is stupid. It's America. Yeah, I know where the fuck it is. Beverlyn. What the fuck name is that? Bevelin? Benevolent? Bevelin.
Why didn't anyone ever get more specific than the country? Like, why isn't it ever like, I'm at 6221 Chesapeake Terrace? Do you know?
I know my rights. I live at Boulevard Johnson Lane.
Because if she was to be like, this is Florida, everyone would just start laughing. They'd be like, you're right, it's Florida. What are we even doing?
Officer, this is South Dakota. I know where my rights stand on the south part of Dakota.
No, I gotta show you this part because what she does is she
look at her shirt.
They won't let her in here, right? They won't let her and her friend in, but they find another way, and it's really funny.
She's dressed like a chair that I've sat in drunken.
Wait, you can go.
No, they have a video here where later we'll give you. No, they ain't gonna let you.
Who cares?
The video also does calls in certain spots in the audio.
Love not them. Ruin these.
Last week I was
Excuse me. Hey, excuse me. I'm going. Sir, step aside. Hey, look at camera. Right here. Oh, you
All right. So basically, yeah, they're just screaming. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit because this one part's really funny. Well, not funny, but it's just like.
I don't know.
Pay your own taxes without a mask. We are going to sue them. Thomas Moore has already represented me, and we are going to sue Kate Coral like it's nobody's business. We're going to sue them.
Alan, they're going to sue. Brandon, pause it.
Yeah.
They're going to sue someone like it's no one's business. It's a lawyer's business. You're suing. That's their business. That's what they do. That's dumb.
Is good.
I'm going to sue you like it's no one's business. Oh, then you're not going to win.
I'm
you
sorry.
should sue me like it's someone's business. I don't know. I feel bad for them. The cops are just doing their job.
Yeah, but that's what the Nazis said, dude.
Okay, I wasn't there. Listen, we still know who the Nazis are. They did fine. I mean, like, they're pretty popular. Hitler's the most popular guy of all times.
Oh no! Trust me.
I mean, it's like no one talks about all the people that battled them. I don't care about I don't know the other teams.
Oh yeah, no.
Like everyone's sitting around talking about all the good times with the Nazis.
Listen, Dave, they don't stop making movies about it. People love them. You go back in history. Name me your best teams. It's like the Bulls, the Nazis,
the Bulls,
good team.
86 Mets.
86 Mets.
And the 38 Nazis. All right, hang on. Just listen to this. I want to get this in really quick. Watch.
Oh, their rookie year, they're really something.
Underrated.
We are gonna see you arrested. I'm being arrested now because I refuse to wear a mask. This is wrong, folks. That's the country we live in, folks. That's the country we live in. Something is wrong.
They grabbed this old guy too. I couldn't find the part, but she
That
said
looks like my Uncle Kevin. I think that's my Uncle Kevin.
she's
French
like,
guy?
if I was a if
No,
I
that's
was
Uncle
like
Mike. He's dead.
She said, like, if this was a riot and I was a Black Lives Matter member, I wouldn't be getting arrested right now. But I'm getting arrested for not wearing a mask. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. I get what you're saying. It seems like they're the ones who's starting it, but it's like they just.
Oh, it's not
went
even
down
about. Listen, they're right. They're allowed to speak. I'm just
absolutely.
saying that job of officer is just becoming so exhausting.
Yeah, it's got to suck.
Those two guys right there looked like they were just trying to like resolve it. It's everyone. It's the when you're showing the beginning of the video, there's a fucking white woman got her phone. I got my phone. I'm gonna get viral. It's just like, why does everyone give a fuck? If I see people yelling, I don't pull out my phone. I don't care about recording it. If those people gave a fuck about it and I'm staring at it, that woman can make great points. But, everyone else makes it seem like it's crazy. Then the cops have to beef up what they do. It's just like it's the bystanders that ruin it. If that woman got a chance to talk to the cops might have said, "You know what? Go ahead." And,
I would love to see.
But then it becomes riled up and weird, and white people ruin everything. It fucking happens a lot. And it's just like, get the bystanders out. We should be allowed to get a hose and blast those people.
With those people?
Yeah, the white fucking people. I tell you, I got fucking profiled today. I went to Dunkin' Donuts, and I went in, and this guy looked like a young Bartolo Colon. You might know who that is, but if you look it up, it's a fucking great reference. Anyway, so I go in there, and he's like, "What kind of coffee do you want, sir?" The little Hispanic guy. And I'm like, "Black coffee, please." And he goes, "You people and your black coffee." And I said, "Excuse me?" And he said, "You people, old white men." And I'm like, what the fuck is that? I'm 45 and I look good and I don't need to fucking hear that shit. And wait, I've seen other people drink black coffee. He's like, "Yeah, but it's mostly white old men, you people." And he goes, I go, "Well, I don't like it with cream and sugar. It tastes like a dessert and I'm not fat, so I wouldn't want that." And he just goes, "A little cream and sugar will be fine." I go, "I know how to drink coffee. I'm 45. Give me my coffee, thank you. And I'll take a bagel because now I'm mad and I need to eat my feelings. And I'll take one with sesame seeds on it." And he gave me a cinnamon raisin one. So fuck you big.
Yeah, like real men drink fucking black coffee. That's how it's always been drinking. Now these fucking pussy little pandy boys want to add little cream and sugar. It's like, no.
There's nothing wrong with adding cream and sugar.
Oh, you are a pussy handy boy.
If that's I'm gladly a pussy because coffee.
I'm
with
dying
cream
on this
sugar
hill,
is
guys.
Delicious. It's
this
delicious.
Is the hill I die on.
Absolutely.
He's gonna be having a
you
cream
get a
and
little
sugar
French
sign
vanilla
up.
in that.
How is it? Why is a regular coffee? This is gonna be Seinfeld. Why is it regular if it's got cream and sugar? Shouldn't regular coffee be regular coffee? It's coffee. It's coffee. It shouldn't be regular. It's irregular. It has cream. It has sugar. Regular coffee's coffee.
Black coffee is disgusting.
It's not. It's coffee, Dave.
No,
You don't like
it's
coffee.
fat.
You're the kind of guy that's like, "I don't like this pussy. Thank God there's balls under it." You don't like pussy. You don't like coffee. I like coffee.
No, that analogy doesn't make sense because you can't add balls. You can't like drop the balls into the pussy and all of a sudden the pussy's better. Coffee is disgusting.
I've watched those videos, Dave.
Into it to make it better.
I've watched those videos. You can.
Yeah, from the lady who was buying tampons from.
Yeah, extra large pussy Magoo. Get out of here, you big old junk.
Extra large pussy Magoo.
That's her name. When are we putting these podcasts out? Are we ever going to or no?
Oh,
I think people need to hear this.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, we should put it out soon.
You guys seriously don't like coffee with cream and sugar?
No. When I didn't drink coffee as a kid, even in high school, so bless you. When I was in fag. Anyway, so when it sneeze like a bitch. Anyway, I'm allergic to fucking pussy talk. Anyway, so I when I was in college and I was bartending, the guy at bartending with Dickie. He was a fucking. Most of my humor comes from this man. He was 55 and he looked like he was 70, and he drank himself to death. He was tiny. He looked kind of like Ned Flanders. He was mean. He was just named Dick Fit because he was just. People came to the bar for him to shit on you, and he wasn't supposed to drink. He had a big problem. And he was a great guy. He was teaching me how to bartend. And so he would make black coffee all the time, and I was in the pot, and he would always pour it in a glass and drink it. So I was trying to follow suit, like to stay awake because I was drinking all night and playing rugby. I'll have some of that too. But I didn't know he only made that because he was pouring Lord Calvert into his glass and drinking coffee with fucking whiskey in it. So I was like, "You really like coffee?" I was like, "Yeah, coffee's good." And I didn't realize he was just like masking his booze. So I would drink black coffee because of that. So for a year, I never drank it, and I only knew coffee as that. And when I was dating this girl, she came. Actually, was my fiance then became wife. But she came over one day and said, I'll stop and get you a coffee." And she didn't ask how I took it, and got me regular with cream and sugar. And I spit it out. It was so sweet, like I couldn't handle it because I was never had anything like that. And I'm like, no, I like coffee, not this. And also, I didn't even like good coffee because it was like shitty, whatever the fuck a bar had in like the late '90s. And I'm like, so I've always drank it that way.
That's why I learned to drink coffee from my dad. Like I didn't start drinking coffee until I was in my 20s, and I learned to drink from my dad. The way my dad would make coffee is at that point he was the only one in the house who was drinking coffee. So he'd make a pot on Monday, and then just drink it over the next couple of days until it was gone. So by like Thursday, it was just sludge, right? And that's the first cup of coffee I ever had. I'm like, this is the most disgusting thing ever. Why don't we fix it? And that's why cream and sugar is always a part of coffee.
Okay. Brandon and I when Brandon and I went to Mamoon's, remember we had that Turkish coffee? Oh,
Turkish coffee is good. It's sweet as fuck though.
It wasn't sweet. We put a little salt in that bitch.
No.
That was good shit. Yes, they do.
Turkish coffee is strong.
That was the cum in your
usually
mouth.
Really sweet.
That was the stupid jizz in your throat hole.
That's where you get the tang from, Pat.
Extra large tang.
Like the astronauts sucking each other's dick while they drive around the moon.
Space.
You put the ass in
each other roadhead. Roadhead on the moon.
Moonhead.
We got roadhead on the moon. Fuck you.
You're gonna crack your neck sucking your cock in this crater, you son of a bitch. We're hitting the moon rock. Get out my moon cock. One small step for man, one giant load down your throat. I was so
Rover, I don't even know her.
There was no women on the moon.
She was a rover.
They weren't even allowed on the moon.
Women weren't allowed on the moon.
Or blacks. You think that's where we'd send them? Like, if you don't like them, send them to the fucking... You know what, Brandon? That's why it's not real. Because if we were going to kill people back then, it'd be blacks and women going to the moon. Hey, Rosa, you want to sit up front?
First person on the moon should have been Alice.
You want to sit up front so bad, Rosa? Get on this bus. It's a fucking spaceship. You just send Rosa to the moon. I don't like this bus. It's hot. The two of you afraid to laugh at Rosa Parks. Fuck you. Her statue will
No, I'm okay to laugh at her. Trust me.
She wasn't even the first one.
No.
She was just a poser.
All this fucking stuff that we're ever told is all lie. It's amazing. It really is.
Not all of it.
Well,
JFK definitely got shot in the head.
Well, okay, so this is the thing: the people and the places are usually the same, but like the events are all skewed. Like,
yeah, but that's like my stories.
Yeah,
that happens. You get old, you forget shit.
Oh yeah, no, but it's like when you look into things like the Civil War and shit, it's just not what they.
What I hear, Brandon, not so civil.
Yeah, no.
Downright ugly.
Yeah, well. You're not so hot yourself, Dave. Go fuck yourself. Downright ugly. First of all, when you're already calling someone ugly, you don't have to throw in downright. They know it's not going well. You know what?
He's on the border of like, ugly and like comely, but no, we'll call him.
No. Downright ugly.
We must build a wall.
Go down and take
a
right.
The border of ugly. We must put a wall up and stop the ugly from coming in.
Ask not what ugly can do for you, but
ask what you can do to ugly.
Pretty much anything.
Remember, it's not the face you fuck, it's the fuck your face. That was a thing people said to me a bunch in college. Not up when they were asleep with me. Yeah, they're like, I'd be like, how are you gonna sleep with that girl? Pat, it's not the face you fuck, it's the fuck you face. It's like, you got a cream?
There's no such thing as a fat blowjob. That's what he wants.
What?
Yeah. You never heard that one? I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty
I
sure.
never heard that one.
I'm pretty sure there is, and I'm pretty sure they're the best.
I've heard it's all pink on the inside.
I've heard that.
Yeah, I've heard
Never. There's no such thing. Yes, there is. Their jowls are on your fucking cock. They got jowls.
Yeah, so I've heard they're all pink on the inside. Obviously, that was like referred to as girls, but then people would get it really nasty and like say little boys are all pink on the inside. Like,
Who was looking in?
tell pedophile jokes? Father John.
And Michael Jackson. Would you watch that documentary? He's like, I just like to gaze into the buttholes. That was my favorite part of that documentary. Michael Jackson's like, the guy's like, Michael didn't touch us, but he'd like us to bend over on all fours, and he liked to gaze into our buttholes.
Jesus Christ.
It's my kaleidoscope.
The answers to the universe are inside there.
I found the lyrics to Billie Jean in there. Hee.
The man in the mirror, indeed.
I put a mirror inside your butthole. I looked in there. I'm gonna make a change.
I'm talking to the
Inside of
man
you.
in your butthole.
I'm
That's
talking
me.
about the man in your
talking to
butthole.
myself.
Oh yeah, I'm asking you to shut the fuck up. Don't tell your mommy or your daddy I'm gonna fuck in the butt, make you cry, and I'm gonna give you money and some apple pie. Yeah. Gonna give apple pie. Oh yeah.
Was apple pie really part of the deal? I feel like you're making that up.
You think I made that part up? You think I know the rest of the song? But the pie. The pie was the problem. Not the fucking verse I just cut like I'm Eminem in 8 Mile. I just spit so many bars, got nothing from you two. And you're like, I don't like the facts. I'm like, what are you,
Yeah.
someone at my show?
You had me until the pie. You had me till the pie, Pat. Very clever. But you slipped up.
We gotta end this. All right. When do we let's put these out.
Okay.
We've done 2. We should put them out.
That's probably
They're
enough.
just here. We've done 2. I put one up on my Patreon, but like no one watched it. They're tired of
Where
us.
do you thinking about putting them?
We could put it on the Libsyn and just put it on everything else, right?
Okay, yeah, all right.
We have tons of room.
Yeah.
We could set up a third thing. We could do that, and then just make a separate YouTube page. Dave, make a YouTube page. That's all you got to do. Just make a YouTube page. Make an
Done.
email. Podophiles@gmail.com. So we have an email, and just use that for stuff.
All right, move your head so I can see how we're spelling podophiles. That didn't help. Got it.
Like P, but Podophiles, pedophiles.
Podophiles ease. By the way, I don't know if you guys have caught on yet. You guys know all the names of all my shows, right? So Pat Oates Podcast, Pat Oates Show. If I move over a little, do you notice how I kind of made sure I named it? The first 2 letters
I
are
got
PO.
that. Yeah, I caught that in the
I
first
don't know if
episode.
you guys. I did put some thought.
Of course.
Pat Oates Files. Yeah, bitch. That's what I got.
Nice. It's also Popo.
It is Popo. Which, by the way,
Exactly.
When I was a kid, my grandmother used the word popo for butt. Anyone else hear that?
Dave, I'm gonna beat your Popo.
Your popo.
Yeah,
That's what it was. It was
Davey.
your butt.
Dear Davey, you better be. I don't know why your grandma's an old black woman to me, but dear Davey,
That's pretty close.
get your little white ass over here. I'm gonna beat your Popo.
Did she need to use extra large thermometers when she was checking her
Oh.
temperature? Rectally?
Oh, Davey, my pussy is sweating. Davey, it's been a long day. Your grandfather worked me hard. Fucking, you know what a donkey punch is, little Davey? Grandfather, he likes to just smack me in the back of the head and make my eyeball pop out like a googly eye, like it make me feel so good. And it feels good, but I'm sore. So if you could rub Grandma's popo, that would make me feel good, David. Oh, Grandma popo. You're a little dancing fag, right? That's what you are, David. You can just put your little feet on there and rub it on, dance them around. Do the old Shirley Temple. Give me a little soft shoe. The old soft shoe, the old soft shoe. A 1, a 2, a doodly doodly doo. Do that to me, Dave. That's your grandmother. That was my dead-on impression of your grandmother.
That
I
was
mean-
like 1921 right there. That was great.
I gotta say, like, Pat, she passed away recently, and this is just like she's here again. Thank you.
At the beginning of this podcast, you told me that people could come back, and she just did.
And she just did
Through my heart.
full circle.
You're in my heart, you're in my soul. My grandson Dave takes it in the butt hole.
Popo. In the popo.
I'm underrated as one of the greatest Weird Al Yankovics of all time. You guys don't give me any credit. I've broken off into 7 songs. By the way, I've done that and called Dave gay. There's nothing more hypocritical than me turning our show into a Broadway musical and then also calling Dave gay for dancing. Like, I'm the gayest one of all of us. I don't stop singing.
Wait, singing's gay now too?
You're losing all of it.
Breaking out into show tunes is gay. Wait, what else is gay? Fucking a man?
Make a song about that. These are the things that are gay.
What song is that? These are a few of my favorite things. Singing in ball sacks and sucking on cock. Dancing with Dave till at least 12 o'clock. Frenchmen dancing, I'm your pantsing, pulling down your hair, pulling apart your pubes, licking your balls, and touching you right
there.
If Brandon was a good DJ, he would have mixed some songs for that.
When the men call.
When the men call, your phone's ringing, and you're
You will
rubbing
shave
their
your
balls. I thought Brandon hated it, and he was just like, what?
I was thinking, what can rhymes with balls? I'm like, call, balls. When the men call. You never know what's going on in this brain right here.
I know. I thought you were going to like, all right, guys, we're trying to talk about math. I'm trying to teach people. He's like, what rhymes with balls?
No, it's.
By the
Trust me.
way,
Listen, there's people walking by my house today. I can hear them talking, and their conversation was about, why don't people wear masks? They're idiots. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, it's going on outside my house. I can't even fucking, because I live not too far from the hospital, between the hospital and the beach, so people walk down all the time. So I really felt like yelling, but I was like, I'm just going to let this one go. But it would have been great right from like the second floor, like, fuck you.
all right, so I'll put the podcast up. Dave, you do the YouTube, and Brandon,
Got it.
you're in charge of merch. We need 2 shirts. We need a Podophiles podcast shirt and a 38 Nazis shirt. Dude, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. We can put it up. People buy it or they won't.
Oh my God.
38 Nazis.
Oh, can you do
They
like,
weren't even in. Listen, they weren't even in to extermination in 38. All right, that was a later.
No one's gonna
tweet.
call out the facts on that one.
No, I know. I'm making it up.
38 Nazi shirt with our.
are you gonna post Heinrich Himmler's rookie stats?
Oh yeah.
We need. On the front, it just says Podophiles Podcast. On the back,
Oh God.
38 Nazis and then all their wins or their tour.
Poland.
Yeah. 38 Nazis.
By the way, I looked into some more of that stuff about the event that supposedly happened, and it's pretty bad. It's like
next week we'll cover how Brandon is going to tell us. Brandon is becoming an.
I don't know if we could talk about this. We'll probably get kicked off of YouTube, but yeah.
Brandon, we've talked about everything else.
Okay.
No one if you can't get kicked off if no one's seeing it.
You're right.
That's
You're
the
right.
key.
You're right. You're right.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.
There we go.